So I've been taking photos since I was about 10 years old. I used to use my mom's camera, and then right before I headed off to college I got my own camera. And I typically tend to just like not take many photos during winter. I'll maybe take like 20 to 100 photos total. And this is coming from someone who took 6,000 photos this summer alone. That's not very many photos. But I decided that this winter I was gonna make it my mission to get out there and bring my camera with me and figure out what things around me I could find that were interesting to photograph without having a car. And this is that story. And so much time outside, I just like normally never have my camera with me. I have like 10 seconds before this becomes a terrible idea. First thing that I tried was night photography, and I really liked the way that it turned out. I typically take a lot of aimless walks at night, and so I just brought my camera with me and I was with a friend and I just took some cool photos of buildings, and I like the way that you can feel the warmth radiating from the buildings, and on the ones with fog, how eerie the fog feels. Like, I love the photos. Like, today's the day I'm supposed to go to Otterview Park, and it's not far. It's not a far park at all. Like, I don't know why I'm so like in my head about this for no reason. And I'm just gonna tell myself it will be fun, or if it's not fun, at least I can say that I did it. So I'm out here trying to get photos, and I see these cute little lending libraries that I've seen a couple times before. And I'm like, ooh, I should see if there are any good books. And I see this one. And I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. And then I read the description. It's all about a horribly ugly fat woman losing weight and finding her true self-worth. She stared at her lifelong friend, whose freckles made a bridge across her plump face. Her dark chestnut hair was set in giant rollers, and her ample size 14 frame was decked out in a scarlet sweatsuit. Yeah, size 14, that's my size. You can always get the generic look. Trees against a background shot. I'm walking along here and I see these, I don't even know what they are, but I realized that I could get a really good photo of them with my macro lens. But I just don't know what I'd do with the photo other than go, oh wow, that's a pretty photo. I think one of my problems is that I just don't care that much about songbirds. I just watched a bird dart across the road and go into these trees over here, but I have no desire to try to find it. I really like the otherworldly feel of the reflection of these trees. I never realized how loud snow is. It's so hard to walk quietly. I took my first winter portrait today, and honestly, I like how they turned out. Like, it was really awkward, and I really gotta work on like figuring out how to tell people how to pose in a non-awkward way, or just accepting that I gotta put on my I'm an actual director, okay, I need you to do this and do that persona, which is always strange doing it with like people that I know who aren't like clients, you know. So I gotta figure that out. But honestly, I like the way they turned out. I feel like they're cool. So I'd taken the photos of Jordan and I really liked how they turned out. And I was filming this whole sequence for me doing portraits of other people. I posted the yik yak, I think maybe 3 minutes ago, and I already had 2 people reach out and say they would be down. And then all of a sudden I just get like really tired for no reason. I'm gonna go sleep now. And I just like feel myself falling asleep, and I'm like, okay, I guess these portraits will not be happening, as I crash into my bed. And I wake up the next morning after having slept for like an obscenely long amount of time. I'm like, okay, well obviously I'm sick or something's up with me. And I go downstairs and there's just a bunch of COVID tests and a box of vitamin C. And I check the house group chat and one person is already tested positive. So I low-key think everybody has COVID. So that's really fun. I don't want to take the risk of getting somebody else sick. So I gotta like completely change my entire idea for the last couple of things I was gonna shoot. I realized like, no, I can't go take photos of strangers right now, but I can still take photos of people who live with me and who have been, you know, exposed the same amount as me. And so I took photos of Zev. And I loved the way that they turned out. It was so fun just to do a really quick, easy front yard photo shoot in the winter, and to have it turn out so whimsical and mysterious in like a cool, almost album cover way. But that's just because Zev has a cool look, and it lent itself really well to portrait photography, and I had a lot of fun taking those portraits. I feel terrible, like, but I feel the best I felt in a couple of days. I am going to head to Otterview Park one last time for this project. I think I'll go there definitely a lot in the spring. Feels like the end of a very small, very short-lived era. The only thing is today it's like 40 out, so it feels like not taking photos in winter, and I am very excited for that. I think that if I were to do this again or continue taking photos in winter, I would definitely do winter portraits because I think that was the most fun for me. And I think I'll definitely continue to get a couple quintessential mountain shots for as long as I'm around for winter in Vermont, because I feel like you have to. I definitely think that I succeeded in my goal of finding interesting things to photograph, and also succeeded in my goal of realizing that I still don't like photography in winter. Like, part of me was like, ooh, I'm gonna come out of this like the biggest fan of winter photography. And that did not happen. I am happily counting down the days until it is much warmer outside and I can spend all day with my camera in hand capturing the wonderful world around me. But I did have fun.